a virginal experience for me. So be kind. What's really amazing to me is the stories that we've heard here are heartfelt and all about life. And what I'm going to present to you, because I was just so, I've been moved by all the stories, but Gina's in particular, you're probably going to stone me. But you know what? I work in hospice. What can I tell you? Okay, but I'm not, this is going to be an interesting story, a kind of combination of stories. But they're all true, and they're all based on stuff that I've been through. So anyway, I'm a social worker by profession, and I had the best job in the world. And the ladies that ran the business retired, sold it to these horrible, grotesque beings that I just couldn't work for. My salary was huge. Social workers don't make huge salaries. I'm just telling you that right now. But the whole point was they were toxic. I couldn't stay there. So I quit, and I'm like, you know what? Something will come along, because you know what? Something always comes along. It always does. So I'm temping. So my temp job is I go out on these temp assignments, and I fill in as the social worker for who's ever on vacation or, you know, whatever the story is. So they send me to a couple gigs, and it's, you know, a crash course in like, holy shit, what do I have to do? I never did that before. Don't worry, you'll be fine. So I kind of learned a lot of little jobs quick, and I was on the job for maybe a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Anyway, I'm doing this for a little while, and I end up down at St. Agnes Hospital in Philadelphia, which was an LTAC, which is a long-term acute care setting, which means you're not sick enough to be in a hospital, but you're too sick to go to a nursing home, so you're in this kind of in-between state. I find out that my job is to relieve this person who's going to go on vacation for 3 weeks. All of my patients are on ventilators, and my job is to tell the family, you know what, we can't successfully wean your loved one, so we're going to have to send them to a nursing home 50 miles away with no public transportation, so good luck ever seeing them again. It was horrible. So anyway, I'm like, oh, gee, can I do this? Well, I have to, kind of. So I start meeting with families, and I start getting the stories, and I get story after story after story about, my father had an advance directive. He had a living will. He said he didn't want to be hooked in and plugged in and hooked up. And then the next one, I hear the same story, and the one after that. So I'm kind of like, wow, there's a theme here. Like, nobody's listening to people. Wake up call. Wake up call. You better write down what the hell you want. Because you know what? Nobody's listening to people. Thank you. Okay, so I'm like a super, I'm buff, first of all. But also, I'm a kick-ass advocate for people who don't have a voice. And so what I'm learning here is like, gee, these people didn't want to be intubated and put on ventilators, number one. And now number two, their families don't really want to have to travel from South Philadelphia to New Jersey to see their relative on a regular basis because they don't have any they don't have any way to get there. So I start talking to the docs and saying, what can we do to get these people like off the ventilators? Well, if you take them off the ventilators, they're going to die. So you go back to the family and say, if we take them off the ventilator, they're going to die. And they're going to go, well, they're not living now. So you're like, let me work on this. Okay, long story short, got 9 people in 3 weeks off the ventilators on the hospice. It was cool. Everybody was pretty happy. Got 3 more people placed, so that was good. But I came home one day and I said to my husband, what do you have to do? Like, you have your living will, you have your directives, you state what you want, and nobody pays attention. What the hell do you have to do? Like, get a tattoo on your chest? I'll just show you the tip. Yeah, the do not resuscitate's right here. I have it with me at all times. All right, so my next story then is I do the temp work for a while, and I'm really finding, you know what, I'm more comfortable with end of life. I really think I need to kind of help people find a nice, comfortable, casual way to just kind of breeze out when they're ready, if they're ready. So I've been doing hospice for probably about 10 years. I work on an inpatient unit, which is very fast-paced, whatever. Okay, I meet a woman, she tells me she's gonna die by the end of the week. I'm like, holy shit, you don't have a power of attorney. Tell me what you want for your funeral. Like, hurry up, because I'm gonna get stuck like planning it all. What do you want, what do you want? She goes, Cadavers Incorporated. I'm hooked up with them. I'm like, Cadavers Incorporated? Oh, you know them. I don't know them, I never heard of them. She goes, now, I was like, tell me about them. Can I look them up on the internet? Like, can I get a phone number? She says, they're the people, you call them when you want to donate your body to science. And I was like, you mean Humanity's Gift Registry? She goes, that's it. But I was like, Cadavers Incorporated. Like, how hilarious is that? Anyway, met her on a Monday. She sat up, she talked to me just like I'm talking to you. She was gone by Thursday. You can do that. I've seen it time and time again. Anyway, I just feel that it's a privilege doing the kind of work I do, and it's also a privilege here, like sharing my stories with you. Hi.